God of covenants and faithful promises. Time and time again, you have proven you do just what you said. Though the storms may come and the winds may blow, I'll remain steadfast and let my heart learn when you speak a word, it will come to pass. Great is your faithfulness to me. In the middle of my trial, I'll still bless you. In the middle of the road, when I don't know where to go, I'll still bless you. In the middle of my storm, in the middle of my trial, I'll still bless you. When I'm in the middle of the road and I don't know which way to go, I'll still bless you. I'll still bless you. I'll still bless you. Oh, I've got a reason to bless you, yeah. I've got a reason to bless you. I've got a reason to bless your name. You've been faithful. You've been faithful. You've been so good to me. You've been so good. Come on, just lift up your praise. Just lift up your worship to Him. You've been so good. You've been so good. Let this house, this body be filled with your praise. Be filled with your praise. We bless your name. I'll still bless you. I'll still bless you. I'll still bless you. I'll still bless you. Great is your faithfulness. Great is your faithfulness to me. Great is your faithfulness. From the rising sun to the setting sun, I will praise your rising sun. From the rising sun to the setting sun, I will praise your name. From the rising sun to the setting sun, I will praise your name. Great is your faithfulness to me. I used to be scared to dream, the fear of failure chasing me. I don't wanna live that way. I gotta have a bit more faith. I would let the mountains move me. I would let the problems stop me. I don't wanna live that way. I gotta have a bit more faith. I can face the lions, the giants. I walked all through the valley. Fear won't shake me, won't break me. It doesn't matter what I'm up against. I can do all things. I can do all things in you, in you. I can do all things. I can do in you. Gonna walk in victory, all because you live in me. You're greater than the storms I face. Nothing stands in your way. I will let the mountains move me. I will let the problems stop me. I don't wanna live that way. I gotta have a bit more faith. I can face the lions, the giants. I walked all through the valley. Fear won't shake me, won't break me. It doesn't matter what I'm up against. I can do all things. I can do all things in you, in you. was young, you called my name. I tried to run, but still you. as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. The trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Good morning, everybody. Stand up and worship with us. I was lost in shame, could not get past my blame until he called my name. I'm so glad he changed me. Jesus pulled me out. I'm no longer bound. I'm so glad he saved me. See, I'm now a new creation in Christ. The old has gone, there's new life. I live by faith, not by sight. There is a new name written down in glory, and it's mine. Yes, it's mine. I met the author of my story, and it's mine. Yes, it's mine. Left me blind, but Jesus opened my eyes. Now I see the light. I'm so glad he changed me. Now I'm walking free. I've got the victory. See, it's all over me. I'm so glad he changed me. See, I'm now a new creation in Christ. The old has gone, there's new life. Come on, y'all, let's go. I live by faith, not by sight. There is a new name written down in glory, and it's mine. Yes, it's mine. I've met the author of my story, and it's mine. Yes, it's mine. There's a new name written down in glory, and it's mine. Yes, it's mine. And I've met the author of my story, and he's mine. Yes, he's mine.
I am who I am because the I am tells me who I am. Come on. I am who I am because the I am tells me who I am. I am who I am because the I am tells me who I am. Come on now. I am who I am because the I
of my story, and He's mine. Yes, He's mine, and He's mine. Yes, He's mine, and He's mine. Yes, He's mine. All right, good job. Woo! Anytime, peoples.
Hello. Hello. Oh! That one works. Welcome to East Baptist this morning. We're excited you're here. If you were expecting something a little more professional, tough. You ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it. We do welcome you here in a special way. Evan has 2 more Sundays here, so this is her next to last question to give to you. Oh, Evan's our intern if you're on vacation. Sorry. The question today is, think good, because this tells a lot about your personality. If you're stranded on a deserted island, 3 things you wish you'd have packed when it crashed. Yes, you must assume that you're on a deserted island because you crashed. You didn't book a ticket. It wouldn't be deserted. 3 things you wish you'd take it. So you're going to go find somebody that did not come with you, means you don't know them, and go tell them the 3 things you wish you'd have packed when you got on that deserted island. On your mark, get set, go. Peanut butter. I said phone, cell phone, charger, and solar panel.
Good morning, everybody. I don't know why you're sitting. If I have to stand, you have to stand. Come on. Still not standing. Come on. Full transparency, I'm not feeling it this morning. Sorry. So, this next song's just a prayer. So if you guys could pray with me and for me during this, I'd really appreciate it. Love you, Lord, for your mercy God, thank you so much for bringing us all here this morning. Lord, I just want to lift up Mally to you this morning. I know the hurt, I know the pain, but you're there. You were there back then. You're going to be there in the forward. Just remind her, Lord, who she is. And it doesn't matter what the future holds, what tomorrow holds, what any of it. You're right there and ready for her, just to catch her. Lord, thank you for the people that battled this rain to get here this morning. Lord, I ask you to protect them. I ask you to open their hearts and just go in, go after them, Lord, so they just feel you this morning. And everything you have to give, every bit of love, and every bit of peace, and every bit of confidence, just fill us up. And it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Mom. What? Huh? Don't anticipate being upstaged by a little 2-year-old. The rain quit. Was your windows up? How many of y'all went through that real process in your mind? Did we roll the windows up? How many of you females looked at a male and went, did you roll the windows up? Just taking a little inventory of who y'all are. Seeing if I like you. You'll do. We've been talking about doubting God. I think we're going to stick with it. I like Mally last night didn't even want to preach. I didn't, and maybe that's part of the thing. Maybe that's the whole doubt thing. Just really cool to be able to let you know it's just a bunch of humans up here doing a job. Evan's barefoot. Did you see that? We're gonna send her back to Kentucky, not pregnant, just barefoot. Yeah, how many of y'all knew what that meant? 4 of y'all knew what pregnant meant. That's funny. Oh, barefoot and pregnant. Y'all, I got it. So I think, what? Oh my God, I thought you said I'm sterile. And I'm like, what? I can't. Why are we talking about this? Now we are because I did it. I got it. So I got to take a really quick inventory. How many of you all thought you heard the best 3 items to take with you on the island? Who of you think you heard the best? Not you got the best, that you heard the best. What did you hear? No. What did you hear somebody tell you they're bringing? Is it the Bible? Uh-huh. A blanket, a Bible, and something to fish with. Now, I guess I don't really want to know who it is, because if I decide that that's foolish, then I don't want to. What do you mean you mix the two together? What did you throw away that you thought was stupid? Because one of them told you something, and you're like, well, that's stupid. I'm not saying that. Oh, you forgot. Okay. Who else thinks they may have heard the best thing? Okay, all of y'all took food. You took something to make it, like you're going to move in. Like, here I am on a deserted island. Let's make the best of it. No one thought satellite phone, cord, and solar panel. He did? Thank you. My main goal, not move in, get out. Somebody did say inflatable raft. We kind of talked about that. Smart, decent, but building materials. I got to build me a house. You want some neighbors too? Crazy. Think, people. Get off that island. So back to doubting God. I want to talk today a big reason why some people doubt, or at least what Well, of a lot of us believe, and there's a lot of study on this going on about, because our culture's made a swing. We're full in the swing. Forget about it. You can't do anything about it, except there's a couple things you can do about it, and it has to do with you. But our culture's in full swing. They're the direction, and it was our fault that they got there. Do not think the world did something. You didn't do something as Christians. And that's why we're in the shape we're in, okay? And that's okay. It's okay. We're not worried about turning the tides. We're worried about being what God called us to be. And quite frankly, I believe that's the problem. We were not and have not been what God has called us to be. That has caused people to doubt. And it might have actually caused you to doubt, because if you're not careful, and we're going to see today, if you're not careful, you switched over. Even as a Christian, you switched over. You're like, I don't know, man. I kind of doubt. And what we're going to talk today specifically, some of you might actually start doubting. That's okay. I mean, a lot of people come to Beach Baptist and then leave doubting. It's okay. Huh? Way to go. But they doubt, maybe not today necessarily God as much as they do Christianity. They doubt us. They doubt what we believe, okay? And they doubt what we believe maybe because of the way we are. It's just because it's us. We're going to look specifically because people don't doubt Christianity because of the way that Jesus lived. They don't doubt that. I mean, when you look at the way Jesus lived, ain't nobody going to look at his life and go, no, I don't want to be one of those people. I mean, he lived a life of love. And he's a true historical figure. Nobody on the planet denies that Jesus actually existed. They don't. And they all agree that he lived very well. I mean, you're not going to find anything wrong with the way that Jesus lived. Except, you know what? Never mind. We're not going to talk about that because Christians do that. And they don't doubt Christianity because of the way Jesus loved. I mean, think about it. The people he went out and loved on, the people he interacted with, when you look at that, no one would go, well, that's bad, except for a certain group. Only a certain group looked at the people that he loved and then questioned him. And those people were supposed to be like him. Go ahead and say, And when you say, that means that hurt, because that should hurt a little bit. Because the people that question the way Jesus loves are the people who supposedly already follow him. And in the New Testament, prior to this whole resurrection thing, that was the Pharisees. They were supposed to be godly people. So we're equating it with following Jesus, but we know that they actually couldn't. Okay, but that's the problem. Only the people who say they follow him in the course of history are the ones who ever doubted the way that he loved or the way that he lived. Crazy. But nobody else does. Those who just look on it from the outside, or who just take a straight overview, they will just look at his life and they will go, yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the way he lived or the people that he loved. So that's not my problem with them. The main reason so many people doubt Christianity or Jesus himself is because of the claims that he made. Right? Do y'all know the claims that he made? We're going to look at a few of them. Let me explain. If you look out in our culture today, you can talk about God all you want. Somebody wins an award and they're big in Hollywood, it's the first thing they do. Right? Or they thank God, right? And that's very Platonic, and everybody's like, I mean, even the Christians are like, man, that's bold right there. He must be a real good follower if he's up there thanking God. Can I tell you? No. You got a sports figure. I mean, he makes the touchdown. It's because I'm a good Jesus follower. Yeah, and he's thanking God for the ability to beat the snot out of the guy he just passed. But he's thinking, I thank God for this. And it's easy, and it's good, and culture usually accepts it, and it's fine. It's when you invoke a particular name that starts to get you into hot water. It makes even
Christians, awkward feeling. God is a great conversation starter. God is a great conversation builder. He's fine. But the minute you start talking about Jesus, people are like, well, you want to say that. Let's not say that word. Oh, this is getting weird. We're not supposed to talk about religion. For some reason, God's okay, but Jesus means religion. And now we're like, better not talk about that with people. Well, here's why. We suck at talking about Jesus. We do. We've become our own worst enemies because of the way we talk about Jesus. Now, Jesus has enough enemies based on his claims. I'll just give you, I'm just going to give you one, but what's my first verse there, Evan? Let's give them that one. Here's a claim. They don't like these exclusive claims. I mean, people don't. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Now, yes, we can say, well, if you're not following the God, that doesn't really pertain to you. True. But most people believe they're following the same God as you, and that's fine. We're going to look today, the claims that Jesus made makes you in a very exclusive club. It gives you an exclusive set of standards to live by, and it gives you an exclusive witness to portray. It does. Jesus makes a claim that no matter what you think, you're not getting to God unless you go through him. That's just what Jesus claims. And it's pretty audacious. You have to admit, even though he says that in the exclusive, he was pretty humble. I mean, he had washed the feet of his own disciples. He claims he's the only path to God, and yet he will wash the feet of disciples, which was reserved for the absolute lowest of the low in society. He would do that and then make that claim. Now, humble, but he also wasn't modest. He wasn't. For example, remember when Lazarus died? Mary and Martha, that they're freaking out, and he didn't say, oh, well, that's life. He said, no, I, the guy you're talking to right now, am resurrection and life. I'm the guy. I am it. Mary, Martha, what you're about to see is God represented on the planet. Watch. Listen. You can learn something, is what Jesus is saying. I'm the guy. I mean, he would just say, I'm the guy. I'm it. It's pretty audacious, not very modest, but yet humble. Pharisees got mad at him and said, you can't be healing on the Sabbath. Y'all know what he said? I am the Sabbath. I'm the Lord of the Sabbath. Pharisees, the guys who are supposed to be teaching everybody how to act and be on church on Sunday and all that kind of stuff. I mean, they would literally look at people, and if you didn't act a certain way, you could not come to church. I mean, they would stand at the door, and they knew what you had done because they was all up in your business, right? And they had watched you on Wednesday and what you said to your kids or to your spouse, or how you treated your neighbor, or you just did something you weren't supposed to do and you hadn't made sacrifice for it yet. They go, can't come. And Jesus looks at them and goes, I am the reason you're there on the Sabbath. Me. That's what ticks a lot of people off here on the planet. Jesus even had the audacity to look at you and me, and say, if you love your mother and your father more than me, you're not worthy of me. Huh? Now, how many of y'all love mom and dad? Do you ever notice you can ask that? Misty is the only one in the room who loves her mom and dad. I was getting ready to say, you notice how the older you get, you're like, I love my mama. And at younger, you're like, I don't care. Misty's over there like, I love mom. I love mom. Y'all are over there like, I don't care. It's not because of the way he lived, not because of the way he loved. It's what he claimed. He actually looked at a bunch of people and said, you know, God and me, we're the same. We're one. We're it together. You see me, you see him, you see him, you see me. We are one. Huh? What? Now, the reason I'm saying all this, you're supposed to know this. You are. I get it. Where I'm going with this is that you don't necessarily live like that. And that's a problem. And it causes doubt. And even causes you to doubt. When your lips say one thing and your life does another, that's a problem. We've said that every single time we've talked about this. When we run it back to the Christians, it's what you say versus what you do, or what you believe versus what you say and what you do is what's causing the problem. Both, forget people. It's what's causing the problem in you. It's why we have so much problem in our life. Always, you can trace it back to something that you're not giving the credit to the person who deserves it all, in the good and the bad. And what we're claiming about Jesus, and we're saying that we believe about his claims, is supposed to propel our lives, but that's not what's happening. We're defaulting. We're going back to that big God in the sky who doesn't have to be personal. You see, because the big God in the sky gives you freedom to do what you want to do and then run back whenever there's a problem. That's not working, people. It's not working. Not working at all. Every time there's this tragedy in our culture, churches swell. It's kind of like gyms on January and February. You just like it. And then over time, everybody just kind of gets back to, Christians forget. The world forgets. They don't really need him anymore. And we back off. And we get lazy about our relationships with him, and it causes issues in our life, and then something happens, and we swell right back into the church. See, you do it in your own individual life. You know how many people come to me and they want to talk about a problem they've got going on, and the first thing they say is, I know I've been there in a while. I don't. If I'm feeling really frisky that day, I'll go, I had missed you. That really pushes some people over the edge. Sorry, we weren't canceling church because you couldn't come. But no, literally, if there's a problem there, they immediately equate it back to the fact that they've been missing, right? They've been missing from the relationship. Well, you already know this. I get your feeling. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that feeling should propel you all the time, not just when there's a problem. That's what's causing doubt in our culture and in your life. Does it? So that's when Jesus goes on, and he's like, yeah, I am the way, I am the truth. No, nobody's getting there, right? So they wouldn't criticize the way he loved them, wouldn't criticize the way he lived. He would just criticize what he claimed about himself, right? Let me just tell you, I kind of get it. I kind of do. Because here's what happens. You and I become Christians. We believe we've learned the truth, right? And then we become, see, I wish this was a cussing church. You know what a cut? Never mind. Okay, you become you put in the bad word. Jackwagon. Jackwagon. I learned that last night. Jackwagon's a good one. That's what you become when you learn the truth and you become exclusive. You become exclusive. Guess what? We're not exclusive. Jesus is exclusive, but he's not exclusive. You're not exclusive. And you come off kind of horrible when you think that way. But we are. You are. Let's look real quick, because a lot of people believe that all the world religions are pretty much the same. At least the world kind of does. They believe there's a lot of paths that lead to God, right? They don't believe that verse, right? And let's just see. Maybe you're actually in there for a little bit, right? Let people believe what they want to believe and that sort of thing. And let me just tell you, world religions, there's a lot of them out there with a lot of good stuff in there. Lots of good, loving things. Take, for instance, Buddhism. You know what Buddhism, main belief of Buddhism? There isn't a God. There is no God. Buddhism believes that it's just life's over and over and over and over. You just come back. You just relive different lives as you die. And it's just a perpetual living of life. And that's one of the big religions in the world, right? Hinduism, in contrast, has a God that they follow. He's just not personal. You got to get there through idols and statues and other little deities. And then there's this wonderful thing that you can do to get closer to God, and it's push a pencil with your nose up the mountain. Think about that. All y'all got to do is come to church, be right with God. Those guys have to push a pencil up a mountain with their nose, and they're lined up to do it. Lined up. That's Hinduism. Now, they believe very good things about people and about life and about karma, right? Which in and of itself, you kind of believe in, don't you? You do some bad, you're going to get bad things. Don't tell me you've raised children. Something bad happens to them, and you've said the words, that's what you get. Tell me, have you or have you not said those words to your kids? And if you're really good, have you or have you not heard that from your parents? Absolutely. Absolutely. When you look at when you say that, what you're saying is you're going to get what you deserve. That's what you're telling your children. So you've grown up in that mentality. That is not what your faith teaches you about God and his son. And are we on the same page now? It's partially our fault? Okay. See, every little thing about our life should tie you back to your relationship with God and that you got through Jesus. That's where it all should point back to. But then that's right, because then we say things like that, and that did not go back to God. That went back to just something you heard growing up. Something you actually possibly believe is true. Not, as we said last week, you drive drunk, you're going to jail or losing your driver's license. That's not karma. That's consequence. Karma is because you've done something bad, now something bad's going to happen to you. And so you try to, check this out. How many of you as Christians have said the words, I try to do as much good as I can? Thank you. And see, there seems to be a lot more honesty on this side of the room. I don't know. But yeah, I try to do as much good as I can. I try. Now, the reason you're saying that is because you believe that the more good you can do, the better your life will be. Regardless of whatever it is you think is going to happen, right? It's either God's going to be happier with me, he won't punish me as much, he'll give me what I'm asking for, others will treat me, whatever. You've got this thing that you believe happens to you when you do as much good as you possibly can. Problem, that is not the God you say, that's not the God that you follow. He doesn't work that way. He did it a totally different way. Take the Muslim community. The Muslim community has a completely personal God. His name is Allah. You get to him by doing that exact thing. By being really good. As good as you possibly can. Right? Here's the problem with all those things. When you mess up, there's really no way back. You have zero qualities to those deities. Because when you start contrasting that to Christianity, you believe in a personal God who came to the planet and lived with us, right? And made a sacrifice to give you a life you don't deserve, right? And to take care of you for the rest of your life. Not pat you on your little butt and make sure you're comfortable here on the planet, but to take care of you for eternity, your eternal existence. And your eternal existence is way more important than your piddly-ante life here on the planet. And I say piddly ant in life because Paul called it a breath, a dust, just a blip on a radar. You see, when you make everything about here, you're not living the life following the God you say you follow. You flipped it. And you're like, oh, well, I'm following God. My life's supposed to be better. I'm supposed to be successful. I'm supposed to have all the things that I want. And I'm supposed to be able to have the freedom to do what I want here. And I'm supposed to be able to say what and I'm supposed to take on certain things. And I'm supposed to be the spokesman for this and the spokesman for that. And I'm supposed to make sure the world's a better place. You can't even make your closet a better place. I mean, that's how minuscule we are in the whole, I'm going to make the planet a better place. The planet's not supposed to become better, people. We're supposed to become better as we live here. It does not make the world a better place. I don't care whosoever told you that you make the world a better place. I've met most of you. I've met myself. We don't make a lot of places better that we go to. Right? A lot of us make places better when we leave. And I'm sometimes talking about church people. Right? When I first started 18 years ago, I got so butthurt. Sorry. Can I say that one? Misty just found out the world doesn't revolve around her. You were here. Write it down in your diary. So, beginning, I got all butthurt, and people were like, I'm not coming back to that church because, why not? What did I do wrong? And at one time, it was because I said the word butthurt. It was, right? Or it was something else, and they're like, you can't do that. Preachers can't say that. Preachers can't be that way. And I'm like, okay. I don't give a flip now. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because after they left, life got better. I mean, now I'm starting to hand people cards that says, you don't belong here. No, I didn't do that yet. A lot of people send out emails trying to get money out of your pocket. I just tried to get you to find someplace else to go. No, I kid. I think you ought to come here so that I can impart upon you what I believe God wants us to do, and it's different. It's do life different on this planet so that Christians quit getting the bad rap and church people quit being the worst people you've ever met. That's just I think that's my God-given talent. And a lot of time it ticks people off. Maybe a talent too. But seriously, we've got to stop the doubt thing. And if we can start actually following the way we say we believe we're supposed to follow, things get better in your life. That happens. And then it permeates out of you, and people start wondering what's right with you, not what's wrong. I'm sorry, the world's not going to get better. The world's always going to go to hell. It's never been promised to be saved. You have been, and people have been, but not the planet, not the world. We're going to make this world last. What do you mean? You can't make the world last. The world was created to die. It was created to implode. It was created to burn up. It's created for that. And then y'all want to sign up. No, I'm going to fix this. God says, I made this planet and I'm going to destroy it. And you stand up and go, No, we're going to fix it. Please. So you got all these world religions who say that we're all the same. I told you all that just to say you're not. You're not the same. They're just not true. A lot of good stuff in them, and they're just not true. And the world is out there looking. Here's the news flash. They're looking for the answer. They're looking for the truth, right? And here you got a guy that you follow who died and rose again, who says, I am the truth. You've got a truth that can actually hug you, love you, walk with you. You've got truth that abides within you. You are the truth. And yet, we have trouble convincing people of that because of the way we exercise our truth. I mean, think about some of the things you believe, and then think about the way you communicate them to the planet. And the way you communicate them to the planet determines whether they believe you actually believe the truth or not. God is love, and then you turn into a miserable, hating human being. I mean, have you ever called someone else on the planet a bad name? You see what I'm saying? You see this side? This side over here is like, not me. That one over there is like, heck yeah, man. Let me tell you who they are. Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah, he's over there texting somebody right now. You miserable man. Yeah, I mean, just think about it. You find somebody that doesn't believe. I mean, we've had the opportunity to exude the love of Jesus over the past month when some things happened in our country, and you had the ability to rise and shine and be the loving, compassionate, truth-bearing people that you claim you are, and you became a miserable, obnoxious group of people who now say, I told you so. Ain't nobody got time for that. And, huh? Is that because we live in a society where it don't matter unless it happens to you personally? No, it happens because we're idiots. We are idiots, not them. Not them. They know where they're going. That's okay. You supposedly represent the truth. Oh, good. You won a Supreme Court thing. Flippity-doo-dah. Go see how many people you can tick off because of it. That's smart. Real smart. Yeah, they're going to run back to you and ask you how to get loving. No. See, I'm not even supposed to talk about that issue. But I gotta. Because we didn't do it right. So now just get ready, because there's going to be some other stuff. There's going to be some things pop up in our society, and you're going to have the opportunity to express Jesus the way you're supposed to. Can I tell you the only people you should really go after? I'm not even talking to this side anymore. I'm going over here. Does anybody know the one group of people that you, as God-fearing, Jesus-following, loving people, are allowed to go after? Not one person in this place can say nobody. You ain't supposed to go after nobody. Nobody. Not one person. No. Told you to go after, and I mean go after by you're supposed to. Nobody, not a soul. There's not one person. There's not a group of people. There's not a politician. Leave them alone. They're going to hell all by themselves. No. Nobody. There's nobody you're supposed to be going after. Jesus did not call you to go after anybody. That's why people doubt you, because you became a Christian and then went after somebody. They like the way he lived. They like the way he loved. They like to watch the way he treated the world. Now, it's anxious. Who said you? Because I'm a preacher? It's what I get for letting you talk back. I get it. Luckily you didn't say, no, I know. Luckily you didn't say preachers or somebody like that, or religious leaders, because that's who Jesus, the only people he went after, right? He went after the Pharisees. He was like, y'all are doing it wrong, right? You're leading people away from me. But okay, hold on. You can't do that. Jesus could do that because he was the one they were leading people away from. You can't. That doesn't do you are not qualified. I am not qualified, and yet we're really good at that, right? I can point out things of a world religion, but all I'm saying is we're not the same. That's it. Don't claim to be the same because you're not the same. Those are just facts. I'm not going after you because you follow one. If I go after you, you're never going to follow the one I'm following, because then I'm teaching you that as soon as you become like me, you can go after people. You can go out there and teach them how true you are. You can hit them with stuff that looks religious, smack them with your cross around your neck, do whatever it is that really loving people do. I don't know. I just know it's creating doubt when they look at our lives and we've claimed this thing about God and Jesus, but we're not living it out. We're allowing things to bother us. We're allowing life to get at us, allowing it, because he gave you some. Did I even give you more verses? I don't even know where I'm at now. Let's see what they are. I don't even know if this is going to work. Oh, yeah, we got that. See, I did that. He went with them. Because, go to verse 17. So that's when he says, people are coming to the Pharisees going, why is that really good religious guy eating with those people? Those people. Now, before you pick out your those people, have y'all all got a those people? Oh, I love those people. Yeah, I'm going to serve those people. Those people don't have anybody to love them. I'm going to serve those people because nobody else will serve those people. You got your those people? Raise your hand if you got your those people. I'm not going to ask you who they are. You know who your those people are. Absolutely. They could be poor. They could be hungry. They could be homeless. They could be whatever. Could be rich people. Like, I'm going to love those people. Whoever it is, if you've got a those people, you're just like you're asking the same thing the Pharisees are. Why are you with those people? Why have you picked out those people? Here's what Jesus says in verse 17. On hearing this, Jesus said, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners." Now watch this. I just got this week. I promise you this verse just slapped me. I've been doing this for 19 years. And this verse just slapped me this week. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners. Who is Jesus calling the righteous? Think about it. Who is Jesus saying I didn't come to call the righteous? Who would he be picking out in his mind as the righteous? No one. There are no righteous when Jesus is talking this step. Because the Pharisees could not be righteous. Yeah, we all think it's the Pharisees. And that's where we mess up, because we start dividing now. We're like, oh, well, he's talking about church people and the not-church people. Nope. He's talking about nobody and then everybody. Because who are the sinners? Oh, everybody. So I didn't call the no ones. I called the everyone's. We are the same. The Bible literally tells you, the ones who are saying me, the ones who are saying we follow, the guys, we got faith. He says there are none of you righteous. So basically that verse says, I didn't call you. I'm not here for you. Because there's none of you. There are no righteous. I'm here for those who need me. I'm here for those who say they know how bad they are without me. That's who I'm here for. And that's not a one-time deal, because you're still sitting in here as sinners, just like I am. He came for you and me today. Today. He came for you and me when you found him. If you found him. Some of you said in here you ain't found him yet. It's okay. Still looking. Still deciding. I don't know about this. I've been watching a lot of this church stuff. I've been watching a lot of you church people. I've been studying. I've been comparing. I ain't decided. Cool. Don't decide. just remember, we're all the same. I'm literally apologizing for the people who's keeping you from deciding the other way. I'm apologizing for the way we, as Christ followers, have done it. I'm apologizing because we've picked out those people. We've segregated it. We've divided it. We've decided there's a those and a not those. We've decided that there's some that are and some that aren't. We're making the distinctions, and we're not qualified. I apologize for that right there. My wife didn't even catch that. Did you catch that? She ignored me. What's the next verse? Oh, yeah, right there. Right there. Dear friends, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. Because many false prophets have gone out into the world. There's going to be a lot out there that's trying to get your attention. There's stuff that's, the Bible is literally telling you, there's stuff that's going to be speaking to you that you shouldn't follow. There's stuff. Well, I feel in my heart. That feeling ain't real. That's not how that works. Look what he says in verse 3. Yeah, that one. You're really good. This is how you can recognize the Spirit of God. The Spirit that acknowledges that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is from God. I feel it in my heart. Yeah, that's good. I feel it in my heart. No, I feel it in my spirit. The Spirit of God that's within me acknowledges that it's all about Jesus. Therefore, I'm not doing what I want to do. I'm not saying what I want to say. I'm running it all through the filter of who Jesus is. And I live my life accordingly. You know, when you do that, your doubts go away. You know, when you do that, other people start to believe you actually might have something. You might be onto something. But you can't go out there and, well, yeah, you believe what you want to believe. I'll believe what I want to believe. Just live it out, right? That's not how I believe. You don't have to say it. Just live it. Because here's a promise: the way the rest of the world is doing it will not last. You don't have to. You don't have to try to fix it. It won't last. It will fail. It will all come crashing down. Just like you feel like your life does at certain times. We all have it. But God is there to hold us. He's there to lift us up. He's there to rescue us. He's there to give us joy when no way in the world can we even see how we could have joy. He's there to give it to us. And we take it and we accept it, and then people look at us and go, I do not understand how you can live your life this way. Can you please at least tell me? And then in a God manner, you're able to do so. You're able to show them, just with your life, that you actually believe what you say you believe. Because when you doubt it, your life shows it. See, many of you may not think, I'm not a doubter. I don't really. I know. But yet your life doesn't really say so. Get all honked up over stuff. How many of y'all like to get honked up over stuff? I know you're afraid to raise your hand now. I get it. I get honked up. Listen, is honked up like a Kentucky thing, or does everybody get honked up over stuff? You don't even know what that means? And you're from like New Jersey, right? New York. Okay, so what do y'all call it when something that happens doesn't really pertain to you, but you just get really agitated about it and you want to run your mouth? Hyped up. So we got a hyped up, a honked off, and just pissed off. Okay, we can say it here. Sorry, your ears over here are not used to that. I got it. See, we've divided our church into liberal and conservative. That's okay. I'll ask them. What do y'all do? What? All jerked up? She uses that in sentences? Like commonly? I'm sorry. So you knew it, but you weren't going to say it. You were like, don't say it. Don't say it. Where y'all from? Where y'all from to get jerked up at? Tennessee, jerked up. You didn't tell me your name. Matt, what do y'all call it? Oh, you're pissed off. Okay. Where are you at? You're from? Oh, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, parents are friends. What do you got?
It's not an actual word, but I thought it was. It's revist, like R-E-V-I-S-T.
You get revist?
Yeah, revist up.
Is it supposed to be revved up?
Yeah, but
You were homeschooled. I know. I know you weren't. That's a good word.
that's what everybody in my town says, revist up. But it's not.
Okay. Revist up. Well, what do you got?
In Texas, we call it
Don't get choked up. Don't get yourself, well, a pickle now. That's what happens after you get refed up. Giselle, what is your culture? Your mom and dad, what would they say? Look, she's worried. Jolly is worried you're going to tell me. Go ahead and tell me. You can say it in Spanish. I don't care. Activated. I like it. What's the Spanish word for it? Activas. Don't get your tonies in a chones. Panties. Okay. Chones is the Spanish word. Okay. I like that. Chones. Y'all are, listen, I didn't know it was going to turn into a language seminar, but it's good. Yes, that's a Kentucky one. That's Kentucky. Connection. What do you got? Oh, no, you had one. You got to bring it.
I was saying I'm not 5 anymore. I don't need to hear that.
Oh, conniption. You told her not to have a conniption. Now, here's what I notice. When moms say don't have a conniption, they're literally in the middle of a conniption. Thank you. And then they wonder why you're yelling. Why are you yelling at me? Because you're yelling at me. Okay, all that. You see, because, listen, you understand it. That's how we're living it. Now control it. Control it. Go have your conniption in the closet. Get it out of your system, right? Scream, I don't care. Have your emotions, those are fine. That's a whole nother sermon series. But represent. I don't know what country I'm from now. Don't get activated. Out there. And serious. And then in your closet too, when you have your emotions, get rid of it. Let it go. Go back. Whew, okay. Yep. Listen, I meet plenty of people who are idiots. I'm not saying the world's not an idiot, neither are some of y'all. I'm saying we exist. We all exist as idiots. Let it go. Who's yelling at me? Right. Y'all didn't think she could preach. She can preach. Great coping. That's great coping. Huh? Ain't that right? Better to just... Yeah. Yep. Remember, but it's because it's the Christ that's in you that propels you. You don't fake this. Don't get out there and go, well, I'm just going to go get more loving. No, you're not. No, you're not. That'll sneak up on you. I'm going to go out there and follow more. I'm going to go out there and filter a lot more of my words, my actions, my thoughts, and everything through the life of Christ. And then I'm going to represent. I'm going to represent that way. You can do that. You got the ability to do that. Take some work. Oh, yeah, you're going to have to live with a lot of grace and love and forgiveness and all that stuff. But you can not have to receive it as often if you filter it. You're still going to need it. Still going to need it. All right, let's stand and go. Because, hey, don't do no good sitting here and talk about it. Don't do no good if you're not going to go out there and practice it. Some of y'all getting ready to go to lunch. You're going to get really bad service. It's the beach. Can't help it. Let's see how you treat them. How many of y'all going out for lunch? Just don't go. Oh, you raised your hand and then you're like, aren't we? Because he's over there going, no, she's cooking. So how many of y'all going out for lunch, really? Really? What are y'all cooking? Because how many of y'all are going out to lunch at some point this week? You've been out to lunch all the time. All right, I'm going to dare you. I'm going to dare you because you're going to get bad service. How many of y'all tip based on the quality of the service? Go ahead. Because that's how we're taught. You're supposed to tip on quality of service. Don't ever do that as a Christ follower. Don't ever do that. Because what if she's just having a bad day and you get the brunt of it? Take it. Take it. No, not 20%. You get bad service, double it. Oh, that's the start. That's the start. But bad service, double it. This is not a tip your server mistake. This is a don't react based on the situation. Yes, Misty's a server. We know.
Don't eat the yellow snow and don't pee into the wind. Two best tips you can give anybody.
Don't eat the yellow snow and what?
Don't pee into the wind.
Don't pee into the wind. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're going like way down the hill now. I'm sorry, you people. Close your ears. Close your ears. It's not for y'all. Not for y'all. She going to have a conniption and you getting jerked up. Jerked up. All right. All right. You prayed for us last week, right? You did. Oh, so it's his turn? Wow, she just threw you all the way under the bus, dude. All right, pray for it. So Wednesday night, we don't have services Wednesday night because of the big group that's coming in this week. So we are changing over again today. Welcoming a new set of youth. We had how many? 70-something kids this past week. They were all over the campus just having a great time experiencing God with their church. And then this week we got another, I think they're about that size, right? 60 or 70 that are coming in. So be praying for that group. This group is called the Rock Church. So be praying for the Rock Church. And if you want to come and impact and just hang out and fellowship or volunteer, 60 to 70 kids on our property makes a mess all the time. You can show up anytime. Clean a toilet, dump a trash can, do anything you can to help out. We greatly appreciate it. Seriously. That's how we impact our community and the world at large. We provide them some of our space that we have on this beautiful beach to come and experience God. And so we have to serve them when they're here. So you want to help? Just show up. Don't be like, you think you can use me? Yeah, we can. When? Right now. Don't ask if you don't want to know. It's right now. Right now. All right? So he's praying for us? Let's go.
Who can bend my burdens and make them beautiful?
was guilty. Case closed, the end. No chance for me to ever leave this prison of my sin. Now I know it might sound crazy, but one day a key unlocked that cell. I heard a small voice say your debt's been paid by somebody else. And now I'm walking, walking, walking free. No more darkness, guilt has lost its grip on me. When mercy called my name, those chains fell at my feet. And now I'm walking, walking, walking free. Now I ain't nothing perfect. I still stumble every single day. I still get knocked down, but the difference now is that's not where I stay. 'Cause I got a Savior who knows everywhere I've been, and he's telling me that I never have to go back there again. So now I'm walking, walking, walking free. No more darkness, guilt has lost its grip on me. When mercy called my name, those chains fell at my feet. And now I'm walking, walking, walking free, walking free. Walking free. To the one walking wounded, and to the one with regret, look up and see your victory is just up ahead. 'Cause there is a Savior who knows everywhere you've been, and he's telling you that you never have to go back there again. So if you know that you never have to go back there again, then sing, I'm walking, walking, walking free. No more darkness, guilt has lost its grip on me. When mercy called my name, those chains it's you. Jesus, it's you. I believe you're the wonder-working God. You're the wonder-working God. All the miracles I've seen, too good to not believe. You're the wonder-working God, and you heal because you love. Oh, the miracles we'll see. You're too good to not believe.
How could you fall so far? You should be ashamed of yourself. So I was ashamed of myself. The lies I believed, they got some roots, they run deep. I let them take a hold of my life. I let them take control of my life. Standing in your presence, Lord, I can feel you digging all the roots up. I feel you healing all my wounds up. All I can say is hallelujah. Look what you've done. Look what you've done in me. You spoke your truth into the lies I let my heart believe. Look at me now. Look how you made me new. The enemy did everything that he could do. Oh, but look what you've done. Suddenly all the shame is gone. I thought I was too broken, now I see you were breaking new ground inside of me. Standing in your presence, Lord, I can feel you digging all my roots up. I feel you healing all my wounds up. All I can say is hallelujah. Look what you've done. Look what you've done in me. You spoke your truth into the lies I let my heart believe. Look at me now. Look how you made me new. Oh, the enemy did everything that he could do. Oh, but look what you've done. On the cross, in a grave, with a stone rolled away. All my debt, it was paid. Look what you've done. In my heart, in my mind, in my soul, in my life. With my hands lifted high, I'm singing. Look what you've done. Look what you've done in me. You spoke your truth into the lies I let my heart believe. Look at me now. Look how you made me new. Oh, the enemy did everything that he could do. Oh, but look what you've done. On a cross, in a grave, with a stone rolled away. All my debt, it was paid. Look what you've done. In my heart, in my mind, in my soul, in my life. With my hands lifted high, I'm singing. Look what you've done.
Can't believe we've come this far and it feels just like getting started. Somehow we're still running like those kids back then. Scrape some knees and falling down, but somehow we keep getting back up. Long as there is wonder, gonna keep running, yeah, we'll keep running. In this moment, it's electric. Can you see it? Can you feel it? This dream inside is still alive today. Yeah, we're on our way. We're on our way. We're on our way to breaking through. 'Cause we were made for something new. We're on our way. We're on our way. We're on our way to chase our dreams. 'Cause we were made for greater things. Yeah, we're on our way.
It's
Sometimes sorrow is the door to peace. Sometimes heartache is the gift I need. You're faithful, faithful in all things. In every high, in every low, on mountaintops, down broken roads, you're still my rock, my hope remains. I rest in the arms of Jesus, come what may. Come what may. There is deep joy that you give to me, where hurt meets the healing is a holy thing. I see goodness, your goodness in all things. Yeah. In every high, in every low, on mountaintops, down broken roads, you're still my rock, my hope remains. I'll rest in the arms of Jesus, come what may. Come what may. Come what may. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. The Lord is my shepherd, leads me to still waters, and he restores my soul. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. Oh, the Lord is my shepherd, leads me to still waters, and he restores my soul. In every high, in every low, on mountaintops, down broken roads, you're still my
than expected. I went and found myself a new perspective. Don't matter what tomorrow's bringing, can't stop my spirit from singing. I got this attitude I can't lose. Nothing that I need as long as I still have you. Oh, gonna let myself go. I'm feeling the freedom rise up in my soul. Life is good, yeah, it's all so good. Oh, no holding me back, 'cause I'm holding on to this hope that I have. Life is good, yeah, it's all so good. Thought I lost my joy, but then I found it. Now all I wanna do is talk about it. Even when the world has got me stressing, I'm just gonna lean into the blessings. No more second guessing. Oh, gonna let myself go. I'm feeling the freedom rise up in my soul. Life is good, yeah, it's all so good. Oh, no holding me back, 'cause I'm holding on to this hope that I have. Life is good, yeah, it's all so good. Good, good, good. Life is good, yeah, it's all so good.
Throw my hands up, see the blessing all around me. No, I can't help myself, just wanna sing about it. What can I say? It's a beautiful day, I'm feeling like I should. Giving the praise for all the ways that life is so, so good.
Gonna let myself go. I'm feeling the freedom rise up in my soul. Life is good, yeah, it's all so good. Oh, no holding me back, 'cause I'm holding on to this hope that I have. Life is good, yeah, it's all so good.
I couldn't see it then, but I believe it now. Just a searching soul, tired of reaching out. Stuck on the tracks, train bearing down, screaming from my lungs, who will save me now? As the reruns of the regrets, they were playing inside my head. Got the devil on my shoulder and he's leaving me for dead. Whispers and lies have brought me here, flooding my veins with doubt and fear. Oh, I could not see it then. Oh, I could not see. Oh my God, I remember when I cried, shook my fists up at the sky. I wondered why you felt so far from me. Oh God, it was in my deepest pain that I heard you call my name. I heard you say that you were right there with me. I couldn't see it then, but